Oh, crap. Welcome back, people. Damn it. Oh, dang it. Sorry about that. Crap. This is what happens. Welcome back to another edition of Offtrack Syndicate. This is a Halloween edition. I was going to dress up, but, okay. I may have dressed up like somebody famous. I'll let you
That's a
guess.
big Willie.
Yeah. And let's welcome in our hosts and our special guest host, the wonderful Miss Beaver, the Angry Beaver from. She's got a couple of shows. She does Beaver After Dark and Damn It with Beaver.
Yes, I do. Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
And thank you for joining us tonight. And we got Amtrak. That guy somewhere in the middle of the country.
Somewhere in Kentucky.
Yeah, somewhere like that. And then we got Slightly Venomous Kirk. What is up, people?
Hi,
tonight
everybody.
we're gonna be talking about the top 10 Halloween movies. Did you say, Kirk?
It's like 25, not 10.
25. Okay.
Yeah. So, and can anybody guess who I am?
You're about to rob a bank.
A Rorschach test.
Well, close. Yep.
Whatever it's called.
Rorschach from The Watchmen. Yep. And,
yeah. Okay.
and unfortunately, I have to take this off because I can't see a damn thing in it.
Well, there you go.
There it is. Timmy the Pilot got it. Yes. Yes, I am Willie Lugnut. And I got me a big old joint.
So now I'll be Miller from The Expanse, because that way I can see.
Yeah.
So a couple things we got. First, how was your week, Rusty?
Yeah, it was good. I just working and doing the school thing. I guess I let everybody in. I'm going trying to go get my GED because I was too smart when I was a teenager to finish school. So I'm in the process of doing that, and the maths are kicking my ass. Maths is no fun, but whatever, got to do it.
And how about you, Kinsey?
I've been busy as all get out there this last week, just driving around and making deliveries there. I had went back and delivered to a customer that I used to deliver to years ago, and for some reason they kept sending me back there all week long. So it's kind of like memory lane, somebody I actually enjoy talking to and had memories alongside with. Talk about all of the strange things that happened at that place, such as back in the day, we showed up and there was a Western Express truck over there, along with a bunch of, police cars with blue lights around it, because evidently he thought it was a good idea to go about 2 blocks away over to Wells Fargo, hide his winch bar under his jacket and pretend it was a shotgun and try to stick up the place and steal money from a bank.
Wow. Don't bring a winch bar to a robbery.
Right.
Yeah, but between that and people hitting the building when they try to pull in through the door, and stuff like that, some of them stories there.
It's funny. I get my parts delivered at like a storage unit for my company, and this guy's been a truck driver for like forever. And somehow he took a turn and took out the corner of one of the storage units. I don't know what he was thinking, what happened. He's done that for years. I don't know if he was just I don't know.
You'll find out that whenever you have somebody screw up, it can be anybody that's been doing it for any amount of time, because the longer you've been doing it, the more you take what you're doing for granted and don't even think about it, and there you go.
Yep, you gotta stay focused. I do the safety meetings for my company, so once a week we get together on Zoom, do a Zoom call and do the safety things. And that's one of them is like be in the moment, focus on what you're doing right that second and put everything else away. And even most car accidents happen within 5-10 miles of like your home, because you get comfortable, you're used to the roads, you get used to everything, and that's when you're not focusing on things.
You get to where you're so used to your vehicle, you feel like you can. It's basically like you're running on autopilot.
Yeah, and I was fortunate because I drove without a license for years. I drove a motorcycle without a license for years, so I was very good at making sure I'm paying attention to all the rules and driving for everybody else around me. So, Beaver, how was your week?
It was okay. Very uneventful, except well, the last couple of days there's been a huge fire happening. So that's like the big thing in the community right now. We're trying to help the firefighters with food and supplies and stuff, because they're all volunteers, so they don't get paid to do this. They literally just do this. And it's crazy because everything smells like smoke. I'm about 5 miles as the crow flies from that fire, and the smell of the smoke is intense, even this far away. So, but other than that, I don't really do anything. I'm boring, except for recording Beaver After Dark with Rusty Lugnuts. And of course, Robert and Erica on Thursday nights. We go live on YouTube at 9 p.m. So you should check us out. It's pretty fun. But it is not for the weak of heart. It is not. If you are offended easily, don't bother tuning in, because you will absolutely be offended. If you can take a joke, then you're good.
No kids. Huh.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not work friendly. So if you're working night shift and you want to listen to it, earbuds. You will be fired.
So it's weird with the fires, because like the smoke and stuff like that, you say you can smell it. So Canada last year, the year before, when they were having the big wildfires going on in Canada, and like before Jessica and I even knew what was going on, we're out on the front porch and she's like, do you smell bread baking? And I'm like, well, yeah, there's definitely something in the air or whatever. And then we found out that's what it was. So in the morning, it was so smoky outside, it looked like fog coming up for like 3 weeks. It looked like fog all day long. It was crazy.
I'm going to tell you that my neighbors have a habit of burning shit they're not supposed to be burning, and they almost set the neighbor's garage on fire one time because they're idiots. But anyway, I walked out and I smelled that smoke, and the first thing that went in my head was like, who the hell is burning when they're not supposed to be burning? There's a burn ban. Who is burning? I'm like looking all over the neighborhood. I have like 6-foot fences, but I have this flagpole with this big concrete base. So I like stood on the concrete base. I'm trying to look over the fence, like, who's burning? I couldn't figure it out. So then I'm like, oh, maybe there's a fire locally. So I looked it up, and then the first thing, yes, I am a Karen. I am absolutely a Karen when it comes to my house possibly being burnt down. But then I saw the Canadian fires, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was bad.
Oh, Frederator's here, and we do care. So like we live in the middle of nowhere, so we don't get trick-or-treaters.
Yeah.
And Kinsey, I'm guessing you're the same way. You don't get too many trick-or-treaters out there.
Trick-or-treaters I ever get is if, we happen to know them, they're friends and family, and we don't have anybody that comes out here by random.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you do.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah. And I know you're big in the church and everything, Kinsey. Do you guys do like trunk or treat or anything like that? Does your church do that?
Well, this area, my sister-in-law several years back had one complaint on her way over here, and her complaint was that there are more churches out here than there are gas stations. And so actually what happens is the churches all kind of participate in that, and they all have different spots out there in the parking lot over there by the firehouse to where they go ahead and do the trunk or treat. So yeah, it's a multiple church thing that goes on with that. So I mean, yeah.
Okay, here's a question. Since I've never done a trunk or treat and I did my first one this year, is it traditional for the kids to come around multiple times to get multiple candy from you?
Yeah, I
So
don't know.
I did a trunk or treat. My mom's nursing home has one set up so that the residents can see all the kids in the outfits and stuff. So I did popcorn bags and popcorn balls. And these kids came around like 4 or 5 times, and I'm like, I only have so much. And I was told it was a 2-hour event initially. So I was like, okay, you've been here 3 times. You can't come back. Like, I was telling the kids they couldn't come back because I thought it was going to be a 2-hour event. It wasn't. And then I guess some lady next to me got like offended that I told the kids they couldn't come back after the 3rd time. And I'm like, okay, but I didn't know that this was only going to be like a half-hour event or 45-minute event or whatever. But I didn't know if that was tradition. Like, did the kids constantly just keep coming back to get more candy and stuff? No.
That I can't tell you. Kenzie, do you know?
I don't know anything. I wasn't paying enough attention. I was trying to keep up with the chat for some reason.
Got it.
Well, why am I even here? Goodbye.
No, no.
No, we were listening. We were listening. Yeah.
Anybody in the comments know trunk or treat? Do they normally come back and back and back and back, or is it just like they usually come and they leave?
I guess if their parents are trashy, then yeah, they'll let their kids go back and back and back. But
or if there's only one church in the town, unlike Kenzie's, who's like Dollar Generals, they're popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Well, out over here in town, I mean, the main strip, people go up and down. So, I mean, if they hit both sides of the road, following the sidewalks or whatever, I mean, you can, if you feel like you got too much candy, it's nothing for them to try to lure them in for a second round, But I mean, I've not seen enough people come by 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So
this was specifically for trunk or treat. This wasn't because they were just trick or treating. So I've never done trunk or treat before, so I didn't know if that was like a thing where the kids just went car to car and then car to car and kept coming around. So that's why I was asking. But
usually it's car to car for one round, and I mean usually it's the trunk or treat is not, because all our churches are rural, so they commonly meet up over in town, so they're just added to the regular houses that are out there in town. So
I agree with Frederator. Popcorn balls are awesome. Thank you very much.
Also, if you have teeth, he said.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
so
that's
you left part of that off.
You're triggering me.
Timmy said popcorn balls are yuck, so maybe Timmy doesn't have teeth. But anyway, are we going to get into our top 25 list?
Well, first I want to talk about my week.
Oh, sorry, I missed you.
So
wow.
Wow. So my wife, who never ever gets sick, has been sicker than hell this week. Like she's like, and she gets a cough and she's like, I don't feel good. And then like 6 hours later, she's better. 12 hours later, never more than a day.
Mm-hmm.
And
is it the vid?
She's had a 3-day one this week. She says she has a princess cold. It's like a man cold, but she's like, I'm a princess. Make me something to eat. Make me this.
What is that like? What is that like? Because when I'm sick, I still have to do the work and I still have to make my own food. And what's up with that?
No, she actually gets pissed because I do too much. Because then she's like, well, you never let me do anything when you're sick. That's exactly what she sounds like too. Mm-hmm. That's spot on.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we did wind up going to a Blue October concert, which wasn't a Blue October concert. It was just a solo concert with the lead singer, Justin. Just an acoustic solo performance with him. And it was amazing. And it was great because we were both, kind of excited because it was a Blue October concert. but we were both like, she didn't feel well, and I've had a tooth that's just been hammering, and the last thing that I wanted was, a concert with loud music and stuff just irritating it.
Mm-hmm.
It was the best concert experience I think I've ever had, and I don't think I would have gone to just a acoustic solo performance. I don't think I would have picked that as a thing to do, but it was amazing. I will definitely do it again.
That sounds awesome.
Heck yeah.
It was amazing.
So did he play like original stuff, or he just played acoustic stuff
Well,
of the band?
It was all the Blue October songs for sure.
Okay.
And he's done most of the lyric writing for it anyway. But in between it was basically called like an evening with Justin. So he gave like backstories. They said in the beginning, no video recording or anything because it's personal stuff. So
Yeah.
in between the songs or whatever, the crew at the location where they did the performance, they had them write questions out that they had for him. So, and some of the questions were like super, super personal, and he gave answers to that, and then would go into other songs and everything. It was really neat, but it was all songs that we knew. And some of them are like very, very hard songs, when it's playing with the band, and the way he did it with the acoustic and his vocals, it was mind-blowing how he took those heavy songs and made them acoustic. And yes, Frederator, Watchmen. Yep, I was Rorschach, but I had to take the mask off because I couldn't see anything. All right, but moving on. So the 21 best Halloween movies ever ranked. So, Holly, you were saying before we got on here, before we went live, the movie that you were talking about.
Oh, it's not the best movie. It is the worst. It's not. Okay, so there's this movie called The Haunting at Whaley House, which is the most funniest horror movie you'll ever watch in your life. It is so overly acted and so ridiculous. You literally, my niece, when she was a teenager, was here and she wanted to watch this good movie. So we saw the preview, and the preview actually made it look good and scary. So, we got our snacks and everything prepared. We go to watch it, and I'm sitting there. We are just laughing through the whole thing. It was so ridiculous. But it's still funny to watch. If you want to watch something that's funny but has a Halloween theme to it, like a scary, that's not even scary, like a paranormal theme, just watch that movie. It's so stupid. Oh my gosh. I can't even. It was dumb. But watch it because you'll laugh your ass off. It's hysterical.
So, Rusty, do you watch scary movies? Do you like them? Dislike them?
I've watched like back in the day. I don't watch them. Well, no, I watched Saw. I mean, that was kind of scary. That was gory and scary.
Saw was gory, and I can't do gory anymore. The first, I made it through the first 3, and that was it. I couldn't watch any more Saw because they just got like way over the top. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. But Friday the 13th and Halloween. Yeah, I seen them. Freddy Krueger. But that's all old stuff. I ain't watched any new stuff.
Freddy Krueger. Nightmare on Elm Street was my jam. I love that. I love that whole series, trilogy, whatever you want to call it.
And what about you, Kinsey? Scary movies? Yes, no?
Hadn't really had a habit of watching them and everything here, I mean, I guess some of the Hellraiser series, I guess I would have enjoyed.
I like Hellraiser movies.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
But do you ever go back and watch the old 80s horror movies and you're like, wow, this feels so cheesy?
and what I remember being scary ended up as an adult was just looking ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But the graphics and everything, like all of the cinematography, everything is so much that different and more advanced now. So when you go back and you watch something, you're like, what? is going on here? It's
Yeah,
so
I think Hellraiser holds up. I'll have to go back and watch it
I
now.
haven't watched those in oh my gosh.
And
Probably since they came out. What was
Uh,
that? Late 80s, 90s?
Yeah.
Jessica's not a horror fan at all.
Neither is
Uh,
my husband.
the funniest thing I seen, I went back and watched it, and it's just it's so cheesy. It's like, how was I scared of this? Poltergeist.
Right?
It
Yeah.
is so freaking cheesy. Oh my god.
I'd say I was a little bit scared of that, but good grief, I was real small.
I
Right.
love Alfred Hitchcock movies, but I never understood why so many people were afraid of I just had it in my head.
Psycho?
Psycho.
Psycho.
I never understood why people were so afraid of that. When that guy is falling down the stairs, but it looked like he's floating. It's like, come on, at least make him look like he's actually falling down the stairs.
When I was a kid, probably 8 years old, they played it on Fox, and we had like a little tiny 16-inch black and white TV, and that movie scared the shit out of me.
Really?
Literally. Yeah, like just scared the shit out of me.
I mean,
And I
like
wonder now, going back, if I could watch it and if it would have the same impact.
Mm-hmm.
But that one was weird because it messed with your head too.
It did a little bit. It did. But I don't know, maybe because I didn't watch it till it was the 90s. So I was whatever age, 20s. And I guess from seeing other horror movies, it just didn't feel that scary to me. But I love an Alfred Hitchcock movie. I love especially the ones with what's his face? I can't remember his name. My brain isn't functioning tonight, so forget it. I'm done. I'm not gonna
the two scary movies that come to my mind are The People Under the Stairs, and Jessica and I are both of the same thing. Like, we laughed at that movie. Like, it was a horror movie. It was supposed to be scary.
Mm-hmm.
And like, we laughed at it. It was just so absurd. And the other movie was April Fool's Day.
I never saw either one of those.
Which, April Fool's Day, that's when I first learned the term snowballing. And I did not see that coming.
I apparently don't know that term, and I'm afraid to Google it now. So
yeah, well, compared to now, that's probably nothing.
Okay.
But okay, moving on. So the top 20 scary movies, or Halloween movies, they have Practical Magic, which I haven't seen, but I guess it's supposed to be really good. And now my screen disappeared. Of course it did. Sorry, an ad popped up. Here we go. Okay, so Ginger Snaps?
Have no idea.
I don't know that one. Night of the Demons.
Is this
Nope.
is this actually movies from America? Or
Yep. Night of the Demons was 1988.
Ginger Snaps is a 2000 Canadian supernatural horror film directed by John Fawcett. So,
but again, it would be a Halloween movie.
Right.
Trick or Treat, which was in 86.
Really?
The Scream movies.
Those were okay.
Which, right.
But I don't think that they were like scariest.
No, Scream. I thought Scream was supposed to be funny stuff.
No, it was
of the Scream. There was a cycle off of that they.
What the hell? Scary Movie.
Scary Movie is the one that was funny. Scream was
Mr. Jiggs is apparently familiar with Ginger Snaps werewolf movies, and he liked them. Huh.
Oh, I do like a werewolf movie. American Werewolf in London.
Yeah, I haven't heard of the Ginger Snaps.
15 is Ernest Scared Stupid. I love Ernest movies.
Okay, but that's not a horror movie. That's not the
no. These are Halloween movies, not horror.
Just Halloween. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. I misunderstood. Yep. Okay.
Terrifier 2. I don't think I've seen either of those.
No.
Casper is a good Halloween one. Idle Hands, Sleepy Hollow. I love.
Yeah, no, that's a good. But now, are you talking like the original? Wasn't the original the cartoon that Disney put out, and then they later remade? See, I liked it better than when they redid it and made all people. I was like, eh.
Right. That's like they redid, like I like most Johnny Depp things and stuff like that, but they redid shit, where the hell was my train of thought? They did The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. I think he was in that. It was like and he did The Lone Ranger, and that one just disappointed me. Like I was a huge Lone Ranger fan growing up, like the old black and white.
Yeah.
You know, back before I learned that Tonto meant stupid. And then felt bad that the Indian dude was named Tonto.
I had no idea that Tonto meant stupid.
Then
I just learned something new tonight. Thank you for putting your knowledge into my brain.
Yep, I was like, ooh, that's not nice.
It's crazy.
House of a Thousand Corpses. I don't think I've seen that one.
I've not.
Donnie Darko, which I guess is supposed to have a huge following.
I feel like I've heard that movie, but I don't think I've seen it. I don't think I've seen almost any of these movies that they're saying are the best ones.
Pumpkinhead, I know that one.
Yeah.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Hocus Pocus.
Never saw that.
Nope, didn't see that. And Halloween, which I did see.
Halloween.
Which I love. Yeah. And I wonder now if it stands the test of time, the time test.
Yeah, I haven't thought about it in a long time, but
cheers, Shred.
Isn't there like 13 Halloween movies or something like that?
I don't know. It's the same with the Saw movies. I think they're on, I don't know, Saw 59 or something. I do want to see the first one, but I have to watch it when Jessica's not home because she won't.
Let me get in here and recognize our people in the chat here. We got Shredword, Roger Rabbit, Timmy the Pilot, Paige, the wonderful Miss Paige, Jen Clifton, Mr. Jiggs, Timothy Ratliff, Holly Ann, I don't know who that is. Chris Branham, Frederator, Branham, let's see. I know we've seen Erica in there. We've seen J May. Yeah. I know she was in there.
Erica says I'm a Karen, so
yeah. Is she dead to you now?
Oh, you have an itchy nose, Beaver. Sorry about that.
It's okay. She's little enough. I could just bounce her and put her in my pocket and lock her up there. So.
Yeah.
And Roger Rabbit, yeah.
I'm just gonna look for something to trigger her for Thursday night. That's gonna super trigger her.
We'll talk about vabbing again. Did she ever do that?
She did it.
Oh, I have to go back and listen. Yes, Timmy, Alien was a good movie. I'm surprised, and someone put Edward Scissorhands. I think Paige did. Yeah, I don't know why that didn't make a list. That was very good.
I can't think of a movie that's specifically Halloween that I was like, The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Right.
Yeah. That should be there, dang it.
Hell?
Right. That should definitely be there. Beetlejuice, that's a good one.
Oh yeah.
Pass.
Has anybody seen the new one? Before Christmas should be, but
is anybody going to go watch the new Beetlejuice, or have you watched the new Beetlejuice, and is it worth going to see?
I heard it's really good. I want to see it bad.
I do want to see it. I like the last two Ghostbusters movies.
I didn't watch any of the remakes of Ghostbusters. The one with all the ladies.
That one's. And the only reason I watched that
is a lot of PC bullshit, so I didn't watch it.
The only reason I watched that one is it was free on one of the things we have, Voodoo or whatever.
But the latest one is really good. They really did the movie genre, whatever the series. They did it really, really well.
I agree. The last two, whatever, Frozen, whatever, and the one before that, they are fantastic. Like I was blown away. The first one, that came out because it was like stepping back into the 1980s. It was cute. It had the right people. It was like young love and stuff like that. Like it kept very true to the original series, and I loved it.
Go watch it. I'll have to watch it. To be honest, I just don't watch a lot of movies anymore. I just don't feel like I ever have time to do that stuff.
Yeah. And the second one, the only thing I was disappointed in was it seemed like it ended abruptly. Like the climax just happened too fast.
I bet you that's what she said.
Right.
That's what she said. I loved them. I loved the last two as well. But you know what else I love? Warhorse Legacy. And we got to do their little promo right now. Y'all pay attention.
At Warhorse Legacy, we offer an equine-assisted method of healing, a unique form of therapy where participants engage with horses to improve emotional, mental, and physical well-being. Through the unspoken bond of these majestic animals, participants find trust, confidence, and a sense of purpose. Veterans and their families can benefit from our tailored programs that address issues like PTSD, anxiety, depression, and the challenges of reintegration. Our programs also include educational workshops, skills training, and recreational activities, all aimed at fostering resilience and building strong, supportive communities. At Warhorse Legacy Foundation, we understand the sacrifices our heroes have made, and we are dedicated to providing a safe, nurturing environment while healing can begin. Our family programs ensure that everyone, from young children to spouses, finds support and connection. Activities like group outings and community events help strengthen family bonds and create lasting memories. Visit us at warhorselegacy.org to learn more about our programs, hear testimonials, and find out how you can support our mission to honor and empower our veterans. Warhorse Legacy Foundation. Healing through horses, healing together.
That voice sounds super familiar, but I can't place it.
You can't quite place it.
No, it's
I don't know. I feel like she's a bitch, though. I'm pretty sure.
Right? I think some of our people in here might agree.
Thank you, Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
Thank you, Roger Rabbit.
And I haven't seen Amityville. Paige put in there Amityville. I don't think I've seen that Amityville horror. And Annabelle, that's the new one, right? The doll that comes alive.
Which yes. Which Amityville though? Because there's the original, which actually feels really cheesy now that you go back and watch it.
Yeah.
But the newer one that had, is it Ryan Reynolds? Not Ryan Reynolds. That one was okay. And Annabelle is excellent.
I think as far as scary movies, I think The Exorcist holds up well. The original Exorcist is even today I think it holds up really well. Have you not seen that one, Beaver?
Amityville? No, I'm sorry.
Exorcist, yeah.
Exorcist. I did see The Exorcist. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
A very long time.
I watched it, I don't know, not too long ago.
Check.
I thought it held up. It was still pretty. Yeah.
I'll have to go back and watch it. It's, like I said, it's been, oh my gosh, it's been ages. But I have this thing, like when I want a good suspense movie, I always turn to Alfred Hitchcock. And Jimmy Stewart is the person I was thinking of earlier. I love the Alfred Hitchcock's with Jimmy Stewart, Rear View, and what's the one with the height issue?
Vertigo. Vertigo, yep.
Yeah. I mean, some of those movies are classic. And then, of course, there's North by Northwest with the one and only Cary Grant.
Yep.
Love that guy. Oh, my gosh. Anything Cary Grant is good.
Yep.
Right.
But we're not talking about anything with hot guys when we have all of you guys here.
Oh, boy.
And I think Cary Grant was in The Fountainhead.
I
Yes.
didn't
Um,
see that. I didn't see that.
Oh, you have to watch that. That's very, very good. It's long,
Yeah,
but it,
I have this thing. When I think of Cary Grant, I like to watch An Affair to Remember or Penny Serenade. Those are my two favorite.
Fountainhead is definitely worth a watch. Like
I'll have to watch it.
yeah, he's very, very good in that for sure.
The Conjuring was very good.
I just heard Erica's talking about Edgar Allan Poe. I just heard, and I'm not going to be able to say the name exactly, but it's something like the Red Masquerade or the Red Masquerade or something like that. Wow, that was a really good short story. It's about 15 minutes, 18 minutes long, something like that.
Yeah.
It was really good. Really good.
The Others was an excellent movie, Erica. That is one of my favorites, and you did not see that ending coming. It was really good. I actually had ordered a book of all of Edgar Allan Poe's shorts that included like the Telltale Heart and stuff like that, but I have no idea whatever happened to it. It's kind of like lost in the abyss of my book collection, I guess. I don't know. I have to
Yeah,
find it.
I went through a phase where I was Edgar Allan Poe and Emily Dickinson and H.P. Lovecraft books, which they try to make movies about, but they're just not.
I will tell you, I know we don't normally talk about The Blaze or Glenn Beck, but he did those readings of Edgar Allan Poe's
The Telltale Heart.
Telltale
Yeah.
Heart and
Evermore.
Evermore, but no, the Lorraine. Like those were really great dramatic reads. I actually saved that link, and every so often I'll go back and just listen to them because they were really well done.
Yep.
The Raven.
Yep. All right. What's up next? What are we doing next, Kurt?
So I've got music, but I think the scariest movie that I ever watched was Ghost Story. And it came out it had to have been the mid 80s. But it scared me like as a kid. Like, and I even tried watching it. I don't know. I want to say 10 years ago. I think the kids were like crazy little and in bed, and I think Jessica was working, so I put it on. And like it was spooky to me.
Okay, Fred Astaire was in Ghost Story 1981.
Huh, I did not know that.
It was film directed by John Irvin, starring Fred Astaire, Melvin Douglas, Douglas Fairbanks Jr., John Houseman, Craig Wasson, and Alice Krieg. I don't know who any of those people are. It's based on a 1979 novel.
Huh.
And now I feel like I need to watch this movie. Bookmarked?
Bookmarked.
So the scariest story for me, and it literally scared the crap out of me, but I couldn't stop reading it till the end. And I may have said this before, was Pet Cemetery. I read Pet Cemetery, and it scared the shit out of me. I was living alone by myself. I was young, like 18, 19. Oh shit, I couldn't go to sleep, man. It scared the shit out of me.
Did you hide the book in the freezer like Joey Tribbiani did on Friends to keep the scary ghosts frozen?
No, but I should have thought of that.
The scariest book I've ever read, I was 16, and it was my first book I ever read by Dean Koontz. It was called Phantoms. And I used to have a chair that I used to sit in to read in my bedroom. And I remember I was home by myself, and I was so scared. I pushed the chair against the door like the chair was going to keep out any paranormal from ever entering into my bedroom. And I had to go to the bathroom so bad. And I was like, please, Mom and Dad, come home so I can come out of my room and run down the dark hallway to go to the bathroom. And I'm sitting there like holding it and holding it and holding it, waiting for them to come home, because the way that house was set up was stupid. The way to turn the light on was only at the end by the bathroom. So you couldn't turn it on when you're entering the hallway, only once you get down towards the bathroom. So I'm like, And then I'm like, okay, I can do this. And I opened up my door and I like ran down the hallway to flip the light on and ran into the bathroom. I'm like, I am 16. I am too young or too old to be this scared of a stupid book. But I'll tell you what, that book scared the hell out of me when I read it.
That in Misery, the movie Misery,
Mhm.
or not Misery, the Blair Witch Project. So Jessica was working nights. So I was home. We had our first son, Eric, and he was sleeping. And I put in the Blair Witch Project because I'm like, she doesn't watch anything scary. And I heard that this was really scary. And what I had heard was it was actual footage that they had found or whatever,
Mhm.
So I watched it under the presumption that it wasn't
Fake.
it wasn't fake, it wasn't fictitious, it wasn't made up or whatever.
Mhm.
That scared the crap out of me. And I'm like 29 at the time, and we're living in an old farmhouse that creaks at everything, and that one spooked me bad.
Yeah.
And then I found out, and they filmed that. They actually bought a camera from Circuit City back when there were Circuit Cities and filmed the movie and then returned the camera.
Yeah, they did. I heard that.
Returned the camera.
I kind of found out that was fake before I went to see the movie because there was this guy, Darren, I used to work with. And I was telling him like, oh my God, have you seen this? This movie is like real. And I'm like reading all this whole backstory about it. He goes, it's like not real. And it's just somebody making a movie, putting it out as if it's real. And I'm like, shut up. So I knew going into that movie that it wasn't real, but I was kind of disappointed because I think I would have been more scared had I thought that was actually real.
I was terrified. I was so relieved when I found out that it wasn't, that it was fictitious.
I actually didn't want to believe it. I wanted to believe it was real. I was that desperate because I love the paranormal. I love the paranormal. It's just something, I've had a lot of weird stuff happen to me. So I'm always looking for things that are paranormal. So yeah, anyway.
So has anybody here, and Kinsey, I got to ask, who are you? Are you a Harry Potter person?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
But where did you had a mask earlier? Was you wearing it when we started?
I should have been.
He's got a great mask.
Yeah. Oh, he's not wearing it.
There. Old
Okay.
Ben.
Oh.
Whiskey Uncensored. What's up, buddy?
Candy corn.
What happened to Kinsey?
I am Willie. There, Ben. Willie Lugnuts.
He's a big Willie.
That's right.
Shouldn't you be smoking? Oh God. What are you? There he is. He's got one rolled up. He's got a fatty.
Oh,
That's a little small for Willie, though, I think. That's like Diet Doobie for Willie.
What the hell is he wearing?
Oh, are you Slytherin?
I've never seen Harry Potter, so.
Yeah, I don't know what that has to do with Harry Potter, but it's a great mask. Let's see. Yeah, there you go.
Configuration spell that went wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see it.
You have to watch the Harry Potter movies. They're really good.
Are
yeah.
they?
Yeah. I enjoyed them all. 100%.
Yeah, believe it or not, yeah, they actually done pretty good on all of them.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they were very good.
I've never seen them. I don't know. I just never really felt like watching them. Aren't they really long too?
Some of them, some of them are upwards of 2 hours plus.
The final one is actually broken up into 3 different movies.
Right.
I'm going to end up having to take a nap and watch them in segments because the problem with me is when I sit down, I usually fall asleep. When we're watching TV at night, this is my husband. Are you watching this? Are you watching this? Are you watching this? I'm like, if I'm sleeping, I don't give a shit. Just let it go. Me missing whatever we're watching right now is not going to change my life right now. So let it go. It's the way it works.
So you said you're into supernatural. Have you had stuff happen to you, around you? You just like researching it? you?
All of the above. So I used to have like, I know this is going to sound really weird, and I did talk about this on Damn It with Beaver. You can go back and listen to like the details, but I've had things where I've actually predicted things that were going to happen. And that's not like paranormal, but I've had like weird stuff when I was younger. Um, I used to it's weird. I used to have like a I used to have this really tall dresser, and on top of it, I would have like some of my stuffed animals lined up, and I was on the other side of the room, like laying on my bed, and like sometimes the animals would just like fly off of that and hit my bed while I'm sitting there studying or doing whatever. When I was like fourth, fifth grade, it was always like there was always something happening around me. Um, then I moved into this house, which was the oldest tax record we could find for this property is 1750. So it's a really old house. So it has a lot of history. And this house has had some really weird shit happening. And not only I haven't been the only one that's seen it or experienced stuff. My nephew, my nieces and stuff. But the weirdest thing that happened, I would have to say, um, I used to work, well, I work from home, but I used to work from home years ago. And at the time, my brother was living with me with his like little boy who was like 3 years old. And I came walking down the stairs and he's looking, he goes, "Hi, lady." And I'm like, "Hi." And he goes, "Not you, the other lady." And I'm like, "There's nobody here but me." Like my husband's in the living room. There's nobody else here. And then he said, "Yeah," he said, "it's the lady in blue, the one that talks to me when daddy's working." I'm sorry, what? So I had to sit down and try to talk to a 3-year-old and try to get him to tell me stuff. And, I'm like, "Well, what does her dress look like?" He kept saying it was like long, but it was puffy. So I was kind of showing him pictures on the internet and stuff, and he kind of picked out something that had like what are those like not corsets,
Hoop skirt or whatever.
thing, yeah. And then I asked him, "What color is her hair?" So I was trying to point out like different people we know with the different color hair. And he goes, "Well, I don't know. She wears a hat." And
her hair would be up then.
and then I were showing different hats and stuff, and he ended up picking out like this bonnet looking hat. And I'm like, "Okay," like the ones that tied underneath your. And I said, "What does the person say to you?" And he said that when he gets sad when daddy's at work at night, she sits on the bed with him until he falls asleep. And I'm like, "Well, she doesn't sound horrible, so okay, I guess we'll just like let this go." But it was very strange, yeah, weird stuff, weird stuff. The door actually in this room has already flown open. Like I was sitting in here one time and the door just flew open. My cabinet doors in the kitchen have opened up already. I thought I left them open, so I closed them, came back up to work, went back downstairs. They're all open again. I'm the only one here, unless Jason's sneaking in and out of the house while I'm working. But yeah, weird stuff.
Oh, I'm too OCD for that. If I had a ghost doing that, I'd be pissed. Yeah, I'd be calling the priest. "No, you shut the goddamn doors. No, shut them."
Well, to be fair, I did smudge the house. I actually got this book from an old like what says it's from an Indian tribe, and they sent you white sage, I think it was, and I smudged the entire house. And since I've done that, there's like little to nothing that happens. But I will tell you, my basement, none of my animals will enter my basement. If I take them down the stairs with me, like I physically carry them down, they will run back up. They do not go down there. It's weird. And that's the one place I didn't smudge.
So one night when Eric was, I think we had both the kids, and Eric I think Jareth was still in the bassinet with us. So Eric was maybe 3 years old, and we had the baby monitor set up, and he had a different room. And I woke up and I heard him giggling and talking. And I remember laying there going, I should probably go investigate and see what it is. And I lay there listening to him, and he was talking and giggling or whatever. And then I fell back to sleep again. So I think it was like, I don't know, a couple 3 months later, my brother came to stay with us, and he had a military uniform on, and Eric looks at him and goes, "He's just like that guy at night," or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember thinking back, like, I should have gone to look, I should have whatever. And so now you're trying not to freak your son out by, like, what do you mean? Who? When?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to ask him questions and stuff. And I've even asked him, like, later on, and he doesn't really want to say. But Jessica, her father died 10 days before she was born. He was a firefighter, and he died in a fire.
Oh, okay.
And she remembers as a kid, somebody sitting on her bed and talking to her. And it was basically kind of the same thing. So, and then she wound up seeing pictures of her father in his firefighter outfit or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, kind of the same thing. Like, I've seen that, and this person or this entity or whatever, would come sit with her and talk with her. And it was later on that she found out her father was a firefighter. Like, she didn't know, she was little, and it's just, it's interesting.
Yeah. The weirdest thing that ever happened to me was when I was probably 13, 12, somewhere in that age group. Now, this is kind of also funny and also weird at the same time, but my friend and I, an old friend I knew, Beth, we like to play with the Ouija boards. We just always were playing with them.
No, I borrowed that from a friend once, and I took it right back. I couldn't sleep that night. I put it in my closet. I didn't want to touch it. Didn't want nothing.
Yeah, we play with them all the time. And and it was a dark and stormy night. Yes, it was. We decided that it was the best time to play with the Ouija board. So we lit some candles in her room and we're playing the Ouija board. And we did have a little like an end table lamp that was going with the candles. So it wasn't like the whole room was lit up or anything. But we're sitting there, we're playing, we're asking questions. And of course, me being a snotty little 12, 13-year-old decided that we were going to start badgering whatever was supposedly talking to us through the board. And all of a sudden, everything went dark. The candles went out, the light went out, and we started screaming. And we ran out of the bedroom. And I'm sorry, we didn't run out of the bedroom. She ran over and flipped the light switch on. And we flipped the light switch on. We saw there were all of these. I'm sorry? Oh, you were talking to me? There were all of these wasps all over the ceiling. Like, I'm not even talking like 3 or 4. I'm talking like 15 or 20. It was like a ton of them. So we like opened up her bedroom door, running out screaming. Her mom, and I am not even kidding when I say this because I felt so uncomfortable. Her mom walks out butt ass naked. I am talking absolutely zero clothing on. Zero. No underwear, no bra, no nothing. Totally butt naked. And we're like screaming about all these bees. She goes, "I'll take care of it." She just grabs something and walks into the bedroom. And I don't even know what she grabbed because I was totally freaking out that there were wasps on the ceiling. And now I just got to see my friend's mom, full frontal. And she's in there killing these bees like butt naked. And I'm like, what is even happening right now? I feel like I need to call my parents.
All right, but you left out part of the story. Was she hot?
Yeah.
I figured that was going to come up.
I guess you guys would probably think she was, yes.
Go on back, mommy. Boobs are a flopping.
Maybe she just took her boobs and started flopping them up on the ceiling. I don't know. But I remember being like, this is the most scary and uncomfortable night of my life. I don't think I'll ever get through this.
So years and years ago in Canandaigua, which is a town by us, there was a rental property. and these people had rented the house, and it made the front page news because they were angry at the landlord because the landlord didn't let them know that the place was haunted. And you're like, okay, whatever. But like, so this made front page headline news in the Daily Messenger in Canandaigua.
Mhm.
And then, like, for weeks, this was going on. The guy's explaining, no. And so what it was like him and his buddies were talking, and I guess they were not tolerant of the gay community.
Oh,
And so they were making like gay jokes and stuff like that. And the one guy wound up getting shoved. He said he felt like he got pushed down the stairs. So it was a 2-story building. He said he got pushed down the stairs. And then at another time, he was like laying on a couch, and something actually picked him up off of the couch and threw him across the room.
oh my gosh.
So at the time, the friends that I were hanging out with, her best friend was Wiccan, was a
Mhm.
practicing witch, and her husband. And what they did was they would help entities like cross over to the other side. That's
Mhm.
what they felt like their calling was. They've since become born again Christians. But so my friends, the people that I was living with, went back through the old microfiche
Yeah.
newspapers at the library and did the history on the house.
Yeah.
And the history in the house was, so there were 3 deaths that actually took place in the house. There was a state trooper that had hung himself in the upstairs bedroom.
Okay.
And then there was a murder suicide between a gay couple. And this was in the like late 60s, early 70s. It was a
Mhm.
murder suicide. So they did this research or whatever, and Patty, my family's friend or whatever, and her and Jessica's mother went out to the house one night after the people had moved out or whatever, and the story had kind of got sidelined and nobody was renting the apartment. So they went to the apartment, and they actually wound up breaking into the apartment with a camera and
Mhm.
were taking pictures of everything while they were upstairs. And this is before they did the research on the house or whatever. They just wanted to take pictures and see what was going on. So the one house where the state trooper had hung himself, like they said that the room was like crazy cold,
Mhm.
like compared to the rest of the house or whatever. And they wound up taking pictures. And while they were taking pictures, all 4 burners on the gas stove lit and were like shooting flames up off of it.
Wow.
And they could hear the Doors song break on through to the other side. So they wound up
goosebumps right now.
right. See, and the only reason I know this and the only reason I believe it is because I know these people.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So she wound up taking pictures of the house and everything as they were leaving, and then like my family wound up taking the film to the 1-hour photo thing or whatever and having it developed. So it was done there. It wasn't shady. It wasn't done at her house where she could add stuff or anything. So as they're leaving the house, you can see something in the upstairs window, like looking out,
Mm.
and whatever other entity, whatever was there, actually followed them to their car. Now,
Yeah.
if anybody knows anything about this stuff, like there's generally an area where they're confined. You know what I mean? So it's like
Not
a
always.
room, it's a house, it's a whatever. But this was like 300 feet from the house. As they're climbing in their car, she just turned around and snapped a couple, 3 pictures. And I mean, it was life size. It was my size
Your side.
taking up the picture.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
it
they
was
can follow you. They can attach to you. That's
right.
why you have to um I've done a couple of different investigations. I actually bought some of my own equipment to start doing it, but then I didn't get to do it as much. But you have to almost start yourself with a protection prayer before you enter a building, because they can attach to you. It happens a lot. They're not confined to a specific area. They can come and go as they want. Some of them will keep themselves in an area because it's where they're familiar or where they feel like that's their home. But they can absolutely, if they feel a connection with you, attach to you and follow you home. So that's why I was always like, I want to do more investigations, but I'm also afraid of something attaching and coming here, because I kind of feel like I got to clear this house enough that I can be here and not be. I mean, I was vacuuming one time and something smacked me in the back. And I actually just not like smacked, but like kind of put their hand and pushed, like I thought my husband came home, because a lot of times when I would clean, I used to have this old stereo system with like the extra speakers and stuff, so I could really blow the bass up. And I would have that up really loud so I could hear it above the vacuum cleaner. And he
Right.
would come home and like hit me in the back, like not like hit, but like, push me in the back and be like, "Hey, knock it off." And I had sent him to the grocery store because I forgot something for a dinner party I was having. And as I'm vacuuming, I felt something on my back and I turned around, and I'm like, "What the hell?" And as I turned around, there was nobody there. And I kind of froze, like I didn't know what to do, because something literally just touched me and I was so scared. And I was like, "Okay, that's it." I was trying to call my husband, he didn't answer, so then I called my sister-in-law and I'm like crying on the phone to her because I didn't know what to do. But yeah, I mean, that was just one of those things I wasn't expecting.
Well, Beaver, in a case like that, you're supposed to immediately go to the attic or the basement. I mean,
Right.
that's where you're supposed to go.
That's right. Oh, no, wait. No. Wrong. I was supposed to go hide behind those running chainsaws and
Yeah,
shoot
the
mine.
chainsaw. Yes.
Right. And if you look on the table and there's a gun, a knife, and a banana, you grab the banana.
You always grab the banana. There's always money in the banana stand. Yeah, it's just I feel like I've had so many weird paranormal things happen to me that I believe there's something out there, but I want more proof. I just don't know how to get it. What about you, Rusty? Have you ever had anything that was like super weird that you couldn't explain?
Yeah, mom and dad's house is pretty old, and there's been doors, that there's not subjected to any kind of crosswind or anything. Like there was a closet door that just slammed open or whatever. There was a coat rack that I was sitting watching TV, and I had a clear line of sight to the coat rack, and it had been there all freaking day long. Nothing. I didn't walk by it. I didn't recently walk by it or anything. And I'm just sitting there watching TV, and it just falls over. And it kind of scared the crap out of me. I had to go outside for a minute and look for somewhere to go, or
So it's weird because now when stuff like that happens, I automatically find my recorder and start recording and asking questions. And I'm like, most people like get freaked out. I'm kind of like, what's going on?
Now, the recorder that you use, a tape recorder or your phone?
I actually have one of so I have several things. I've tried it with my phone. I also have a digital voice recorder. And then I also have the old like portable cassette with the cassette in it.
Right.
So I've tried them all. I'll tell you, okay, so it would have been 17 years ago at Christmas. My nephew was born and he was only a couple months old. So for Christmas, my husband and I bought my brother a video camera. And we had Christmas and everything with him. We left the apartment that he was living with at the time with his fiance. And he calls me up and he goes, "I don't know what to do. They had like a plant holder, like it's like the 3 or 4 prong thing. You put the plant in the middle and it kind of hangs by the window."
Right.
He goes, "It's swinging back and forth." And I asked it to stop and make it a circle. And now it's spinning in a circle because he always talked about like weird stuff happening in this apartment. So I'm like, "Are you videotaping it? And he goes, "Oh shit, I forgot to have a video camera." So he went out and got the video camera, but by the time he got it set up, then it stopped. So we left immediately and went down. That was actually the year my husband bought me all the ghost hunting stuff, some of the ghost hunting stuff that I have now. So took a digital voice recorder, set it up. We set up the video camera and we all went outside. Now we set the video camera up in my nephew's bedroom. And so, we're outside. We waited 30 minutes because, those little DVD things only record for 30 minutes at a time.
Right.
And we went in, we got the camera. And I actually still have the video somewhere. I should have queued it up to play here. But you hear like somebody walks in the room. And at that point, you should see them on camera because you can hear the floorboards creaking, but you don't see anybody. And then all of a sudden you hear a little kid, it sounds almost like a little girl, say, "Hey, baby." My nephew was still in the crib. And that was like I felt like that was the golden grail. Like that was, I can't believe I caught that on video. And you literally hear the little kid saying, "Hey, baby." So I set up my digital voice recorder because it'll record for 8 hours at a time, and I left. Now, I was trying to listen to it, and I thought I heard something, and I went to rewind it, and I hit delete, and I lost all 8 hours.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I wondered if I would have caught anything, but I'll never know because I deleted it. But
See, I'm the Eddie Murphy guy of it. Eddie Murphy in his stand-up thing. He's like, white people are so stupid. They walk into haunted houses and they hang out. And he's like, I walk into a house and I'm like, "Hey, baby, look at the house. It's beautiful. The front yard, the kids can go play." And he, "Get out. Too bad we can't stay."
Yeah. So a quick note to Fred. Fred, it says that it is in Sacramento as of yesterday at noon. So your package shall be arriving hopefully soon. I don't know. That's what it says.
What is he needing a package? Is this like a surgery thing or something?
Yeah.
Fred didn't get his package, so Russ is sending him it.
Pretty important thing.
And shit, I don't know. Anyway.
And what about you, Kinsey?
Yeah,
What about you, Kinsey? Anything supernatural? Anything like that?
No. Things have been pretty much boring for me, but we did have a friend of the family that would have things like once in a while, smaller objects might fly across the room and hit somebody. They had a piano that would play, or at least it sounded like it was playing. You walk in and there's nobody there. They had neighbors that would continually call them up and tell them that somebody left the light on in the attic. Although they didn't have a light in the attic.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they was one room offhand that some of them would not. Yeah, a couple of them wouldn't even go into in that house. So
I have a very, very, very creepy story. Now, this is not something I experienced. It is something I've heard. Now, my great grandparents' house was supposedly super, super haunted. And it was always weird when we were kids. If a lot of people were visiting, a couple of us would sit on the stairs because they were open in the living room. And then my pappy, my great grandfather would always say, "Don't go too far up those stairs or the spirits will get you." And I was like, "What?" I thought he was always kidding because he just didn't want us going up the stairs. But later, my grandmother would tell me all these like weird things that used to happen in the house. But my cousin actually bought my great grandparents' house, and he used to get calls from the neighbors. And I don't know if he does anymore because I haven't really talked to him in a long time. But he used to get calls from the neighbors being like, "You need to turn your freaking music down. It's so freaking loud." And he's like, "I'm not even home." And he would drive home and his music would be blaring inside the house. So he started unplugging the radio before he would leave the house because he had like a stereo system. And they would call him and be like, "You need to turn your music down." He's like, "It's not even plugged in. There's no way it could be playing." And he would go home and he would get to the door. It would shut off and it was still unplugged. Supposedly. Now that's supposedly. But what my grandmother told me happened when she was 17, I think it was. Her sister had become pregnant. And
How did that happen? No, never
By
mind.
accident, I'm sure.
we're not going to discuss that. But
There's two things in the air that can make a woman pregnant. You know that, Rusty, right?
yes. So they had the baby by the fireplace, and they said that they were sitting there in the living room, and this black figure came down the stairs, walked over, stood by the baby's crib, and then disappeared. And the baby died a couple days later.
Oof.
Is it true? That's just what I've heard. My grandmother actually told me that. She said that she saw it.
All right, folks. If you have any scary stories or anything weird that's happened, call in. Let's hear about it. And yes, the phone is charged and plugged in. So,
is it? Are you
It is.
sure?
It is.
All right.
You make it sound like, Kurt, that primarily, there's one way for a woman to get pregnant.
Yep.
Yes. Well,
there is a YouTube profile that is basically the stories of the rest of the story, the Paul Harvey stuff.
oh
Yep.
yes.
I don't know if they put more together to sound like that or if they were actually originals, but there was one where he was telling the story of of a soldier. I don't know if it was, I'm wanting to say Korean War era, but I don't remember. And the soldier got shot. Bullet went through. And of course, this was one hit downstairs. So, yeah, he lost a nudicle in his package because of the bullet wound. And the bullet went elsewhere and hit this woman. And according to the story, this is a story of a woman that got pregnant because of that bullet.
Huh.
And strangely enough, since they were close enough in proximity, they ended up by some way meeting each other, and actually, as a result of everything, ended up together in the story.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I know that I remember reading somewhere there was a story where a woman was involved in an explosion, like a bomb had gone off or something like that. And however the explosion happened, it actually like split the egg, and then the egg kept dividing or whatever, and she wound up being pregnant from that because of whatever the explosion was. However it hit her, however it happened, it actually caused like the cell division, and then it kept dividing, and then she became pregnant by it.
So we're talking about two different virgin pregnancies here.
I mean,
there's a third one that I know of.
Rusty, so that's not real. Say it.
That's not real. Come on. There's not enough DNA in the one set. Come on. You got to have two sets of DNA.
I guess I don't have it. I was like, I have a sounder because he always says everything is not real. So I actually have the sounder, but I can't find it fast enough, of course.
I was gonna say, I think if you just hit play, it should play it through this StreamYards like that. And I want to shout out. I want to shout out to 209 on that X, who sent a picture and said, "See what I have to deal with," and has a picture of their cat. And I don't know if I can share screen. I haven't done this before. There we go.
You should be able to.
See what I have to deal with, and then has us and a kitty.
Some great folks on the TV there.
Yep.
You know, cats are demonic, right?
Some
Are
cats.
not.
There's a reason why Constantine uses one as a gateway into hell. I'm just saying.
But they're not. My cat's perfect. My pussy's sleeping right over there on the bed.
We're talking about cats.
Yeah.
Well, so am I.
Oh Lord. All right, Kinsey, you got a Mad Lib to read, don't you?
Yeah, I do have a Mad Lib to read. I mean, this is one that was put together quietly amongst the chat for the people that were willing to participate.
Yeah.
There was a handful of them there. It wasn't few, but I mean, somebody claimed to not be present during the thing, but oh well. Yeah,
Hey,
we can
Tobes.
we can do this.
All
You
right.
ready?
We're ready.
It was a dark and hectic Halloween night, and my friends and I were ready to go trick-or-treating. We put on our cheesy costumes. I dressed up as Lex Luthor, and my friend looked like a beaver.
All right.
We walked into the spookiest house on the street. The door creaked open, and we heard what was that? We heard a creaking noise. Suddenly, a Kamala Harris jumped out.
Oh my God.
We all screamed and started pounding as fast as we could. Poor fake Kamala. After that, we decided to visit the majestic house at the end of the block. It was decorated with nuts and glowing ghosts.
Okay.
We knocked on the door and yelled, "Trick or treat!" The door opened, and a wicked witch gave us 7 pieces of candy corn each.
Yum.
Yeah, that wasn't
That was a
good one.
Karen witch.
Oh Lord, it was. We were having so much fun until a giant pumpkin appeared out of nowhere. We ran all the way home, laughing and eating our baskets.
Okay.
Trying to figure out where the baskets came from.
I don't know.
I think somebody just
Left?
We lost Kirk. There he is.
Here, I have it now for you, Rusty.
Ah,
That motherfucker is not real.
thank you.
Just in case.
That's the spirit of Rusty right there.
Right on. Nice mask.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's Venom.
Venom. Yeah.
Eddie.
What's venom?
It's this stuff in a snake that gets injected
okay,
in
the
the
stuff
bit.
I didn't know it looked like that.
Like
Yes,
an anti-superhero or something.
Mm-hmm. It's Venom. That's how I got my name, Slightly Venomous Kirk, because I'm a huge fan of Venom.
Okay.
Which
Venom
I
is a
did-
hero?
what was that?
Did you say Venom is a hero?
Yes. Well, he's an anti-hero.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, originally he's a villain, but that was when they made the movie. We're doing anti-hero here. I mean, it is a complicated character.
And I saw the new one, and I enjoyed it. The
Is it
second
kind of
Venom.
like that guy in the red suit, not Santa
Right,
Claus?
or whatever it was.
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
I did watch Deadpool, the first one, today.
Did you?
Oh my
You're
god, how
good,
freaking
buddy.
awesome is
I loved it.
Deadpool?
I loved it.
Not into those superhero movies, but I freaking love Deadpool.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
watch that every time because it's so freaking good. I love
Have
it.
you seen the third
Oh,
one?
He does it, you know.
I saw the first two. I have not seen the third one yet.
And you have to watch Once Upon a Deadpool,
Okay.
which is it's the original movie, but it's with a twist. And
Okay.
I can't say anything because it'll give it away. But it's
Give it away, give it away, give it away.
it's not rated R, it's rated PG-13, so it's more for kids. It has some of the stuff taken out of it. But it's worth the watch because of what it's about. because it's the original movie, but it's with a twist.
All right.
Huh.
And I didn't hear about it till like 2 years after it came out, and I was like, "Why has nobody told me about this?"
Mm.
Because it took the original Deadpool movie and took it to another level. It was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. And the third one, I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
I'm sure it's amazing because the first two are really good. I just didn't get to. I haven't seen it. I don't even know if it's out to watch on like Netflix or anything right now.
No, we just saw my oldest and I went to the theater to see it.
Okay. They usually bring that stuff out pretty quick though, even on Amazon Prime Video. So
Right.
yeah.
And Toby's here. Hi,
I know.
Toby.
I was
Which
so
one?
happy to see Toby.
The Tobies, yeah.
Well, one of them. Half the Tobys.
Yeah.
I saw. All right, who's going to call in with their paranormal story? We want to hear from you.
Right? Yeah, we want to hear from you. There's a number.
You don't have to have a pair.
If not, we're going to have to listen to Kinsey talk. So come on, guys.
256-926-2390. It's scrolling across the bottom there.
Oh, come on, Holly. It's a Halloween show. What would be scarier than that?
Seeing Rusty as Willie Nelson. Oh, wait. Okay.
I was thinking more along the line of seeing Rusty with his shirt off. That would be scary.
I mean, I can do
Now
it.
you're just asking
I'm going to
for it.
say seeing Rusty pantsless would be even scarier.
Oh, Lord.
I am pantsless. And I'm thinking of you, Beaver.
Whatever you do, don't stand up.
Hands up, Rusty.
Um,
Will
Handshake.
the real Rusty not stand up?
all right. Let's see. Let's see who knows what in the chats here. All right, none of you guys answer now. We've got to give these people a chance to answer. What is the most popular Halloween candy in the United States?
Oh, me.
No, not you. Hush.
It's candy corn.
No. Hush.
No.
Yep, most popular Halloween candy. I
Now,
mean,
I love candy corn. Does anybody else like candy corn here?
Not really.
I can handle a few pieces, but not many. I mean,
yeah, I can just like a couple of pieces and then I'm over it.
I mean, you
I'm a
can-
caramel girl. I love
have
caramel. Anything
Sure.
caramel.
I mean,
There we go. Boom.
Reese's.
Yep.
Shut
Peanut
up.
butter.
I would have said Snickers over Reese's.
cups or pieces?
I just said Snickers too.
By the way, Leslie Holker loves candy corn, so she's got to have something wrong with her.
Yep, especially with honey roasted nuts.
That still doesn't answer the question, Rusty. Pieces or cups?
I'm just gonna give it to her. Cups.
It's cups.
Cups. In what country did Halloween originate? In what country did Halloween originate?
I don't even know that. Oh no, I do.
Nuh-uh.
Shh. And they didn't use carved pumpkins either there, did they?
No.
No, they didn't.
Wasn't it other gourds or squash?
Good
or
guess, but no, Leslie. Not according to what my thing says here.
Oh no, it was turnips, wasn't it?
Yes, it was turnips, actually.
Can I guess now? There, Fred got it.
Yep, Fred got it. Transylvania. No, Leslie, no.
Sweet and sexual.
No,
from-
no, that's where all the trans people came from.
And stuff.
Stop guessing. Fred got it right.
Yep.
Fred
you
has it
gotta
right, and you're
remember,
saying
they
what
don't
Fred's
know
saying, you're
you
wrong,
know,
Timothy.
Great seconds. Come on, Holly.
All right. Here's a little tougher one. What is the name of the Celtic festival that Halloween is believed to be derived from? Stop it. The Celtic festival that Halloween is believed to be derived from.
Use Google.
I
Leslie's
know
correct.
this.
Oh,
one.
boom. Leslie got it.
This one.
I'm like, use Google.
No cheating.
Cheating?
You to from, but
What in the Sam Hill?
$1 million prize? What in the Sam Hill?
What in the Samhain? Shaolin.
of some sorts, yeah. But it was
What
specifically
is the most haunted house in America according to popular lore?
Holly's
Yeah, Ollie's house.
Sorry, I missed that total question.
closet.
What was the question?
The most haunted house in America according to popular lore. Damn it.
What did he, oh, I can't answer.
You realize how many people in Holly's house has never escaped her closet?
Yeah, but that's a whole other story, and they're not there. They can leave of their own free will. And I believe Fred is right.
It's not
Yes,
supernatural.
it
It's super.
Yes, it is the Winchester.
Oh, Skipper.
Sam
Thanks
and
for
Dean.
asking.
The White House.
Well, there's something there.
Dang, we already give the answer to that one. What vegetable was originally used? Turnips. Thanks, Kinsey. Thanks.
These questions, I don't know what to avoid.
Let's see. What do the costumes worn on Halloween symbolize?
Huh?
The
What do
costume.
the costumes worn on Halloween symbolizes? I mean, why did they wear costumes on Halloween?
Hide from the spirit.
We can hear you, Mrs.
No, Fred,
Beaver just said,
that's not it.
Sorry, Beaver.
No.
It's okay. I don't care.
Timothy Ratliff got it. Well, that's sort of the answer.
sort of. Right.
Yes. I mean, they're in a chat. They're not talking, so.
Is it to ward them off, or is it
Yeah.
to okay.
Yeah, that's it. But well, he said evil spirits. We'll give it to him. Whatever. What famous horror author was born October 1st, 1847?
A horror author?
Horror, not
Yes.
horror, horror author.
Oh, okay.
Dang, Fred with the
That means that Kirk might not know the answer then, since it's horror.
horror.
Yeah, I've read some great horror authors.
I get it.
What U.S. state produces the most pumpkins?
Probably Alabama. Y'all pumpkin.
Pumpkins.
You pumpkin.
I did not hear a denial anywhere in there, Rusty.
Nope.
He knows. Can I guess?
Sorry.
Anybody? What state produces the most pumpkins? Nope. No.
Nope.
Mostly they produce the bigger pumpkins, not the most.
Timothy Ratcliffe was the closest. No, Fred.
No. Wow, Fred got it
We're
wrong.
down to 45 states. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Minnesota. No.
No, Leslie.
44.
No,
Alabama, Alaska. No.
no. He's just gonna start yelling. Come on, think about it, or use Google. One of the two.
Wait a minute, are there any B states? Nope. Okay.
All right, I got somebody. Kentucky. Nope. It is actually Illinois.
That's why
Illinois.
I said Timothy Ratliff was the closest. He said Indiana.
I've never heard of this, so I'll be surprised if somebody gets it. What traditional Halloween game involves throwing darts at a pie?
The dating game?
That's a different pie. Halloween game that involves throwing darts at a pie. Never heard of this. Yeah, what kind of pie? I don't know. It just says a pie.
Mint meat.
A dart.
I've never heard of this ever. Smear the queen pie. No, Toby.
It's not queen pie, it's cream pie.
Is this the spirit of the queer, or what in the world?
Oh.
Toby, that's fantastic.
Leslie going for the obvious. No. All right, I'll tell you. I've never heard of this. It says pumpkin toss.
I guess it must be a pumpkin pie.
I guess. I don't. It says throwing darts at a pie. I don't understand. Okay, that's all I got for there. You know what? We need to do one more for our sponsor.
At Warhorse Legacy, we offer an equine-assisted method of healing, a unique form of therapy where participants engage with horses to improve emotional, mental, and physical well-being. Through the unspoken bond of these majestic animals, participants find trust, confidence, and a sense of purpose. Veterans and their families can benefit from our tailored programs that address issues like PTSD, anxiety, depression, and the challenges of reintegration. Our programs also include educational workshops, skills training, and recreational activities, all aimed at fostering resilience and building strong, supportive communities. At Warhorse Legacy Foundation, we understand the sacrifices our heroes have made, and we are dedicated to providing a safe, nurturing environment while healing can begin. Our family programs ensure that everyone, from young children to spouses, finds support and connection. Activities like group outings and community events help strengthen family bonds and create lasting memories. Visit us at warhorselegacy.org to learn more about our programs, hear testimonials, and find out how you can support our mission to honor and empower our veterans. Warhorse Legacy Foundation. Healing through horses, healing together.
There we go. Yes, folks, just go over to warhorselegacy.org. Give them $2. Give up coffee for one day, one part of your day. I'm sure some of you are buying 2 or 3 times a day. Come on. $2.
Heroin.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, he's a policeman. So warhorselegacy.org, warhorselegacy.org.
Offtrack Syndicate, bitches.
What? Here?
Where'd Kinsey go? He disappeared.
He's just gone.
He's there.
And he's not here.
I'm not all there. Come on, Rusty. Quit lying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got more questions, Rusty?
Well, some of them are really cheesy. What supernatural creature is said to transform during a full moon?
Oh, I'm not allowed to answer. Yeah, right.
And stuff.
Yeah, and while we're waiting for that answer, can we just talk about Peanut?
Yes.
Peanut and Fred.
And Fred.
Don't forget
What
Fred.
the
Everybody's
actual
thinking about
fuck?
Fred. That whole
I heard there was a raccoon as well.
yeah,
Yeah,
Fred the
Fred.
raccoon and Peanut the squirrel.
Yep.
That's why I said
Oh,
don't forget Fred, because everybody's forgetting about Fred and focusing on Peanut.
Well, to be fair, Peanut's cuter. I mean, Fred's a trash panda.
I like trash panda.
But I mean, yes. Also Fred.
It's disgusting. And it's all because one person out of Texas complained and filed complaints that they went and checked on them, and then the squirrel bit the person when they were at the house, and then they took the squirrel away.
Which, for the record, I'd have bit him also.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, and you hush, Erica. That was his emotional support squirrel.
No,
You are not allowed to. No.
It was not an emotional support squirrel, but he rescued that squirrel.
Yeah.
And there was no reason for, and he actually was inspired 6 years ago by rescuing that squirrel that he ended up opening a animal sanctuary to save animals who are injured. So the whole thing is bullshit. And yes, I'm upset about it.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's terrible.
Why are you worried about an emotional support squirrel whenever you don't care any at all about a service animal that happens to be an alligator?
Because there's no fucking thing like that. The thing is that this animal was well taken care of. There was no reason for them to even come in to investigate just because some bitch that lives how many states away filed a complaint. That lady had no idea what was going on. She was just stupid and annoying. And they went in there and did something that they didn't need to do and then euthanized the squirrel for no reason. No reason.
And evidently Erica wants to have a pogrom on squirrels.
Yeah.
She's laughing and saying she can't and stop and her bleeding heart and
That's okay. I kind of because it's government overreach. Basically all it was. It's 100% the government overreaching. There was no reason to do that. They could, even if they thought the squirrel had rabies, which it wouldn't have, they could have put that animal in a quarantine for 14 days or 10 days or something instead of euthanizing it.
And yes, Erica, it is an animal and it's actually a rodent, but so are rabbits. And when I was 12, I had a neighbor come over and kill our rabbit while we were away camping. So no.
Rabbits, they have fur on their paws.
Yeah. So.
Yes.
Well, you eat
and I would eat a squirrel too. But I would not eat a pet squirrel and I would not eat a pet rabbit.
Right.
Well, that's you.
And
I mean, he's a rabbit.
I was pissed when the kid came over and killed our rabbit.
Yeah, you just it's mostly about the government doing something that they didn't need to do.
Correct.
That's basically what it
Right.
boils down
Sticking
to.
their damn nose in where it didn't need to be.
Correct.
Yeah, and that girl that reported it, somebody, I don't know how they found out who she was, but her name has been blasted all over the internet that she's deleted like all of her accounts because she's just getting attacked. But I mean,
don't get me wrong.
Why are you sticking your nose in where it doesn't belong?
I would eat anything. I people are like, well, where's your, PETA's like, well, where's your line? Nope. I'd probably eat anything if it came down to it, but I'm not going to eat a pet.
It doesn't matter, Erica, if it was a thoroughbred. It matters that it's a life that was taken that was unnecessary. I don't care if it was a fucking mouse. If the government comes in and kills an animal for no reason while it's being properly cared for, it's unnecessary and we should all be outraged.
And I would eat a thoroughbred. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, as long as
would eat horse meat. I would probably try dog. Cat, whatever.
You might have to, depending on who's.
Well, you probably already have had cat, and you just don't know it yet.
Right?
How many different Chinese restaurants you've been to?
Right. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't care.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Just as long as I didn't have to do it.
I wouldn't even care about that. I wouldn't care as long as it wasn't my pet cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If it was our cat 2.0, I'd be a little disappointed. And the cat got the name 2.0 because the first cat that looked like her died as a kitten, like a little baby kitten. And the next litter, she came out and she looked exactly the same as the other one. So we called her 2.0.
Oh, that's cute. You can get another squirrel, but the government's going to come and take it and kill it again. So what's the point? And it is about the loss of life. You can say it's just a stupid squirrel, but there's a bigger point there to be had. There is a squirrel that is gone that was being taken care of by someone who nursed it to health, and it's the whole story is bullshit. There is no reason for the government to overreach and come in and take over when they didn't need to. And I'm glad that he bit those bitches. Fuck them. Excuse me, am I allowed to curse?
I don't know,
We don't-
Brett. Is she allowed to curse? I mean, we're allowed to curse.
Sure.
Is she allowed to curse?
Okay, I wasn't
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. And as I'm letting the F word fly, so
Yeah, fuck yeah, you can curse. It's fine.
Okay, good, because I did. I fucking cursed.
What other questions you got, Rusty? Or I can do the top 10 music thing, although these suck.
Yeah.
Janet Jackson, Black Cat. That's a Halloween song?
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, if Die Hard can be a Christmas movie,
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Oh
It's at
Lord.
Christmas time.
Oh my God.
Don't make us have this conversation again.
The Nightmare Before Christmas is a Christmas movie. Die
And a
Hard is
Halloween
not a Christmas movie.
It's and a Halloween movie. It's both. It's by.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It's about good overcoming evil with a lot of shooting in between and Bruce Willis with no shoes.
Right. It's like Scrooge. Is Scrooge a Christmas movie? Yes.
I love Scrooge.
Yeah. 'Cause it's
That's my
based
favorite
on the-
movie. I cry like an idiot every time. At the end of that, when Bill Murray does his speech, I
Mhm.
am 53 years old. I cry every damn time he's doing his speech.
I mean, better late than never, Michael Ray.
Are you
Wait,
kidding
you're
me?
Willie Nelson?
Hey, Michael Ray, when you tag me on posts on Facebook in the future, I'm pretty sure it was you. Make sure I'm a part of the group that you tag me in because I can't see the shit if I'm not a part of the group. I had to join a group today just to see what he tagged me in.
So number 9 for the Halloweens is T.I. featuring Justin Timberlake, Dead and Gone. Don't know that one. Cher, Dark Lady. What?
Never
I
heard of it.
like a lot of Cher stuff, but Rockwell, Somebody's Watching Me. That's a good song, but
Good song.
Halloween,
Mm,
Bobby Brown, On Our Own. Loosely, because it was from Ghostbusters 2.
yeah.
Eminem and Rihanna, The Monster.
Never heard of it.
No. This is like Wham's song Last Christmas being a Christmas song. That's not a Christmas song.
It
It
mentions
just has the
Christmas.
word
come on, if it's
Christmas in it.
predictable,
It mentions Christmas, so it's a Christmas song. Like Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, but Die Hard takes place during Christmas. There's Christmas lights, there's Christmas trees, there's the Edgar Winter Group, Frankenstein. Okay, I can give that one. It's Frankenstein. Post Malone featuring Ty Dolla $ign. What? I don't know any of those words. Psycho, yes. Ray Parker Jr., Ghostbusters, of course. And of course, Bobby Boris Pickett and the Crypt Kickers, Monster Mash. Yes, that is the number 1 song.
He
Yes.
did the mash. He
And I
said
agree with that.
it.
However, I watched that stupid movie, and it was a stupid movie. Now, again,
Yeah, I never watched the movie.
maybe it's different if you go to the Rocky Horror Picture Show and you're part of the group and it's interactive and everybody's doing whatever. But watching it on DVD, no. Nope, Rocky Horror Picture Show was the dumbest movie I ever watched.
Just a sweet transvestite.
Okay, next to the remake of Solaris. Because Solaris, Jessica and I watched that, and we kept waiting for it to get better. And we're like, okay, 10 more minutes. And
Yeah.
then
Wait,
minutes,
we
we're
do
like,
all-
okay, 10
Did we
more
do
minutes.
all the songs for Halloween yet?
What was that?
Did we do all the Halloween songs already?
That's what I just did. Yeah.
No, there was no Michael Jackson Thriller.
Thriller, I think they had at number 25, which
What?
I was like,
Front
no,
door.
that's bullshit. There's
That's
no
like the
reason
top
that
5.
Thriller is. Yeah. Yes. Olivia Rodriguez Vampire is 23. She's
Wait.
great.
Yeah.
She
Do you
had some
know?
great music.
I believe it was the Michael Jackson Thriller that had to be retired because it was at number one on like the music video thing for so long that they ended up having to retire it. So the fact that that's in like 25 is bullshit.
Right. Yep, I agree 100%. And he's Jehovah Witness, or was. I mean, he's not now, but and like they were up in arms against that video.
The Thriller
Like they
video.
were not happy about that video. And that video is
that video.
iconic 1980s.
You know, I'm going to tell you, I was at a wedding about 13, 14 years ago. I'm trying to remember when my friend got married. And I was dying when they started playing Thriller. And all these people went out the dance floor and were literally doing the Thriller dance. I'm like, I didn't even know people remembered how to do that anymore.
Well, if they want to learn how to do it, there, my wife was going through looking for different backgrounds and stuff, and all of the skeletons and mummies and all the stuff that they had doing the Thriller dance. She didn't opt for that.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, there was like 15 of them out in the dance floor doing it. I was like, I didn't even know people knew how to do this yet, let alone that many people doing it. But I love that song.
That's
Vincent Price.
iconic.
Yeah. Vincent Price doing the.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird how I actually remember the lyrics too when he's talking and stuff. When the music's playing, I'm like, oh,
Right.
God, it's been like what?
Balls across the land.
I still remember it.
Yep.
Oh, Leslie Holker can do the Thriller dance. Boom. All right. Well, we're going to need video of that, Leslie. So
Yeah,
just-
do a video and send it out
Yep.
at OT Syndicate on Twitter, right? OT
well,
Syndicate.
Offtrack Syndicate at gmail.com. Come on, Leslie.
Send it out.
No, Erica, we are not old. Yes, people still remember Thriller. Thriller's one of the ones that stuck.
Yeah. How dare you call us old, by the way?
Right? Hurtful.
Come on, Leslie.
So do it for fun and videotape it.
Right? Videotape. Now you are old. There's no taping anything.
Has a lot of fun looking at things that's been videotaped.
Yeah. I said, wee! I'm not old. I feel that way sometimes, but I'm not old yet. I'm getting cold, by the way.
Yeah, some of us are 8-track old, Michael.
Yes, 8-track old.
So in our first apartment, I actually had a huge, I don't know what it was, music thing that had AM, FM, had an 8-track player, and my wife was like, why?
Yeah.
And I'm like, because you can't play Foghat not on an 8-track.
It has to be on an 8-track. Oh, God. So bad.
Did it not have the record player in it too?
It did happen. Yeah, of course.
Well, yeah. I mean,
so, and vinyls make it a huge comeback. Like you go to Walmart, you go to Barnes and Nobles, you go to those, like lots of modern artists and stuff are putting their stuff out on vinyl. Even Taylor Swift, like her latest one, I had to like touch it with gloves, but looking
Did you
through
recover
stuff.
from the traumatic experience? I'm just wondering.
What was that?
Did you recover from that traumatic experience?
Yes, I did. I
Right.
was able to get past
Good.
it. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Did you need therapy or your emotional support Metallica?
I did need my emotional support, Metallica, for sure.
absolutely. I mean, look, I'm not a fan. I'm not a big fan of her music, but I can see that, look, she's an artist and she's obviously making money. So I imagine she says, well, you can hate me all the way, and while she's laughing all the way to the bank. And I'd bang her for sure.
There's
really
it's like a 2x4, but sure.
Banger with the 2x4. Oh my God.
No,
it'd
not
be like
bang her. She's like a 2x4. She's like
Yeah.
There is zero
Yeah.
curves on that poor
Zero
girl.
curves on her. That girl needs to eat a couple cheeseburgers.
Yes.
she does.
Yes. Baby don't have back.
Yeah.
There's no back on that baby.
No.
But it's good because my youngest son, not the Taylor Swift thing, but the vinyl thing. My youngest son, him and his friends are big into vinyl now. So they're picking up like all the old vinyl and they love it. And I'm thrilled out of my head because I love vinyl. I have all Guns N' Roses stuff. I actually have an Edison player, which is the old fashioned, like really thick record player records that it's like a Victrola basically. And I have like a shit ton of Bing Crosby stuff. And I love that. So if the power goes out, I just wind that baby up and we can listen to Bing Crosby crooning out fantastic music.
Let's see. We need to get some of these
Yes,
people over
Leslie.
Twitter. Come on, Twitter people. Somebody comment. Say something. Jeez. It's probably a bunch of bots over there watching or something.
No, it was 209.
Yeah.
209 was watching. Sent a picture of us, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to get stuck with that now.
Yes, X. What? It's going to always be Twitter. Shut up. Michael Ray.
It is not always going to be.
Go, can you, Rusty?
Look, I don't even get on there. So
Yeah.
And-
I think I tagged you on Twitter then.
We got 6 people watching on Rumble. Thank you, all 6
no
people.
way. Yeah. Thanks, Rumble folks. I don't know how close are you being done with that Mad Lib, Kinsey, because we're running out of time quickly.
It depends on if I get comments fast enough there. I'm about at the halfway point.
What do you need?
crap.
I get it. Let's see.
What do you need?
SoCal. We both got it at the same time. Timothy's back.
There's
Need an-
Timothy over on the X.
Timothy.
At Liff. Did I say it pronunciation correctly, Erica?
That's right. Ratliff.
I'm not banning hosts from this too, by the way.
I'm waiting for Erica to come on and like pounce me or something.
A famous person, Rusty. Rusty's a famous person.
No, we already got a famous person listed. Now I need a noun.
Brown.
Brown's not a noun.
Dog.
Dog. There you go. Whatever. Look, I'm still going to school. Shut up.
Squirrel. You should have made it squirrel. Make the noun.
Oh yeah, change it to squirrel.
Squirrel for the next one. Food.
Sure.
Need another food.
Sausage.
Number.
7.
69.
Oh yeah, hers is better.
Duh. 69, dude.
I'm disappointed in myself. Not mad, just disappointed.
Verb.
Running.
Family member.
Cousin.
First thing Rusty thinks of
Rusty
is
loves
cousin.
his cousins, doesn't he?
Food.
I really like my cousins. Just saying.
What else do you need?
Food.
Vienna sausage.
We already have a sausage.
Oh.
Pie.
Leg.
Body part.
toe.
Wiener.
Oh, there you go. Do wiener.
Wiener. Yes.
Number.
What do you need?
Number.
42.
Ooh, the answer to everything.
Adjective.
Boinking.
Rusty said brown earlier. You said a verb. So.
Yeah, whatever.
Plural noun holiday. Plural noun and a holiday.
The holiday is Halloween.
Right. Plural noun. Rusty.
Girls.
Leslie helping out there. Thank you, Leslie. I believe, though, you find us over on Patreon. We're under Offtrack Gang. I think it's patreon.com/Offtrack Gang. I think I'll have to look again. I could be wrong, but I don't know why it set it up that way and screwed it up. But I think that's how you find us over there. But yes, I want to thank I was running this earlier, but I didn't say it. Thank you, Patreon members Barbara D., Timothy Ratliff, Leslie Holker, Stephen Isles, Groupie, Tech Roo, Kathy in the Berg, Jay May, Sean Ruckman, Still Living in the Woods, and those weird people from New York, the Kirkses.
The Kirkses.
Yeah.
Yep, we evidently have government that kills squirrels.
Yes, we do.
Yay. Well,
it's okay because you can just get another one, right?
Right, it's fine. It's fine. They're everywhere.
Well,
maybe. All right.
I don't know if it's going to make any sense or not. That's kind of the point of it, though, isn't it?
Yes.
I can't believe it's already Christmas. I can't wait to put on my leisure suit and visit every middle of the nowhere place in the neighborhood.
Whoa, you're jumping right over Thanksgiving. What the hell?
He's reading.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, I'm sorry.
This year I'm going to dress up as Bill Murray with majestic fingers. Before I waffle stomp, I make sure to grab my whimsical flute to hold all of my brain soup. Yeah, I don't think that
is where most of men's brain suits are.
Yes.
Yes.
Finally, all of my guts are ready to go. When Taylor Swift answers the door, I say dog or treat. Yum. I got a squirrel and a sausage. Whoa, crap. We visited 69 houses and decided it's time to run home. Yeah, where we're at here. My cousin says if I eat too much pie, my wiener will hurt.
Yes, this is true. You have to alternate.
Yeah.
Between
so I'll eat just 42 pieces and go straight to bed, and I'll hope to have brown dreams of eyeballs tonight. Happy Halloween.
Oh, Lord. All right.
Where you shit yourself?
Hey, I mean, after you're not.
Yay, we made Jen laugh.
Thanks, y'all, for joining in. We'll try to be back next week. I don't know. Who knows what the hell's going on?
I won't be back next week, so thank you for having me this time.
Thank you, Beaver.
Thank you, Beav. Thanks, everybody in the chat, X, Rumble, YouTube, all you wonderful people. We'll see you next time.
We expect.